By understanding what different educators are doing with different types of technology. So seeing the ways in which they innovate their particular programs or uses of technology or devices is good for us to learn from. On the other hand, we can kind of discover other ways that we can innovate in our own section of whichever educational technologies we use, and then share that with other schools as well. So we all don't have to be focusing on one thing or moving in one direction. We can move in multiple directions and still go forward.
Collaboration with other schools really helped my teaching practices because I was able to gather some strengths and weaknesses of what other teachers did, what other programs did, and I was able to either cut out or incorporate those into my own teaching strategies.
We've learned about a variety of programs that work well with students, mainly at high school age 2. Kahoot is one of them. The boys really love the competition that it brings and the ability to learn while doing something fun, kind of very sneaky version of learning. And then what else? Padlet has been a really good tool to use because it allows us to put all of our thoughts in one place and see who's talking about what and to organize it in a way that boys especially can view all of their problems in this laid out area, and it makes processing things a little easier to understand. And outside of the technology that they've allowed us to use or taught us to use, what I found has been really beneficial for this class is my technology classroom management. So discovering what works best for the students, and this class has given me the tools to make sure that I understand what each student is doing with their technology, what they're supposed to be doing, and how to enforce those good habits and those behavioral norms that we expect.
The main technology tools that I learned about through this program were Kahoot and Padlet. Kahoot was a great review tool that I used throughout the year. It's an engaging, competitive way to have the students, either in teams or individually, keep track of their scores as they go along answering review questions. And Padlet was mostly good for self-sourcing, so the kids would, by their own inquiry, go out to the internet, find sources, and post them to a common site that would update live as the students were posting. So we were able to gather resources in a live format, and students were able to reap the benefits of those resources as they went.
It's been a big change because we are introducing our one-to-one device program next year, and that has gotten a buzz going amongst the students about bringing their own devices, what's going to be expected, what do they need to do, and I've had the opportunity to kind of pave that way, or at least share with them some of the things that they will be doing more and more next year, and hopefully learning from my mistakes or successes other faculty members.
All students really seem to want to use technology. The key is finding the right way to channel their excitement into the right apps and pairing them up with the right lessons, with the right skills. I think the technology in classroom will be a big tool as long as we learn how to learn how to tunnel that into the correct forum.
Well, thanks to the SAMR processing tree, whatever you would like to call it, I've been looking more towards not just substituting technology for other things, but using it to maybe even replace such lessons as from in the classroom to an online unit, or even so much as looking past the just subbing it out, looking towards doing something beneficial with it, where technology, the use of it isn't just a novelty, but it in fact makes it easier, more efficient. It speaks more to the learning than just using it for its thrill.
This project has really made me expand my horizons on the different types of technology I've used in the classroom. It's also given me some insights as to what other teachers and other programs have used. I've been made aware of over 50 different apps to use in the classroom, and I'm able to take pieces of what I've learned through the program and through collaboration with other teachers and integrate them into my classroom as well.
body, I put my question. So my question is, what did Jesus say to Paul on the road to Damascus? Does anyone know the answer to that? Bruce.
Saul, why are you persecuting?
Saul, why are you persecuting me? All right, so these are the kind of questions that I'm looking for. These little things that you may have forgot over the course of the trimester when we moved on to new material. Other things that you are still a bit unclear on right now is look at your study guide, maybe some question that you missed, maybe something that you're curious about, and then add your questions.
Under the chapter, right? Under the Bible verse, you said put the question under the respective.
Yes, right? So I have my little categories, Acts 9, Acts chapter 12. So we do a question on what happens in Acts chapter 15. Put it in this. We go along. If you see a question that pops up and you know the answer to, respond to it.
How? You click it?
You don't click it, you just make it improvise a little bit. The fun part about this classroom is that our Padlet can work electronically and analog, I guess we're going to call this. So, what's a good question? So, what was... defense about, right? His famous speech. Dang, Padlet working online and on paper. Yeah, so you gotta go to shoutq.com/line because I've already shouted. Jerusalem decided on. It's a very significant event. Danaher, I'll come to you. There's more.
And God need to be circumcised.
No circumcision.
And stop right now. You had to eat clean, or you didn't have to eat.
Well, you had to be circumcised.
Well, it was no circumcision for Gentiles. Walking away, and his messengers spreading the news of him. So they all freak out and say, "Oh my God, the gods are here! Prepare yourselves, be good." And then Paul and Barnabas here just like, "Are you calling us gods?" No, you can't call us gods. We are not gods. We are the lowliest form of them. We are servants of the one God. And they start freaking out and taking off their clothes. And we're not gods. We're just humans. Look at us.
That's weird.
Yeah, kind of weird, but the being called a God when you are preaching about the power of God and Jesus. Why did they leave from Antioch and not Jerusalem and not Damascus?
Antioch was the headquarters of Christianity after they were first called Christians.
Yes, Antioch was the headquarters. That was the prime spot, so they left from there. They had the biggest congregation there. All right, good. So I'm going to save this, and we can kind of revisit this on Tuesday.
Why would you say that?
Why would you just say it?
Woo! That was a quick one. Way to be. We'll continue this on Tuesday.
You guys are going to be in charge of helping each other out, finding resources to study for this final. We're going to use something called Padlet. One person in each group will go to this link. You will see a series of headings. There will be 5 headings. That person who's in charge of posting the link is going to be directing the traffic, telling each person in the group what type of quiz they're supposed to go look for. Alright? So if that's short, you pull up your device, you're going to go to this link. You're going to tell Tom, you are in charge of finding questions from the body on the school sheet. And then you're going to have him post it. Got it, Tom? So there's about 5 markers up there. You can find candidates. I have the instructions that I'll leave up right here. Each group is responsible for posting 2 online quizzes for each of the skills. Do not post the same link as someone else. So if you see it already up there, you got to go find another one. This is what you see. All right, on your phone or your iPad, you have 5 different categories: simple, compound, and complex, independent, dependent, clause, quiz sets, homophones, homonyms, interrupting comma, introductory comma, and then the body.
Yeah. That's all I do. He doesn't teach homonyms on phones. So true.
Now, what kind of quiz is that right there? Interrupted comma quiz? Alright, perfect. So now you're ready to now go find the body.
Make sure you guys are having someone go find the body Schoology quizzes.
I got that, y'all.
Alright.
Matt, are you on now? So you can see within the first 10 minutes of class, our links for quizzes and resources that we have now to study for this final exam has already grown. So with this Padlet, I'll take a picture of this, I'll share it with you guys so you can go to it. You can use these quizzes. That way as a class all together, you come up with these resources and you're not on your own. Post the link, you just click and then you gotta open up the page.